Hello and happy Thanksgiving. This is not a sermon, it's not a preaching. It is just an admonition, it's just an advice and encouragement video for everyone that has the opportunity to watch this video. I want to thank you for your time to watch it. Well, when I say happy Thanksgiving, I am wishing you happy Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is a kind of festival in the United States of America. It's a celebration. It has become a tradition of thanks and a tradition of giving. Thanksgiving in the first place is a compound word meaning thanks and giving. So, and I see this in two contexts. The first context is thanksgiving, that is, you are giving thanks. The second context is giving and thanking. So the American society, the American people, they have brought these two contexts together to bless human life, to bless their society, their people. So Thanksgiving is not just about giving thanks to the American people in the American culture. It is a period, a season, where they give thanks and they also impact others. They remember the needy and then they share whatever they have with one another. So the reason why I'm making this video is because I realize that some cultures, they don't emulate good things and they don't see good things to learn from other societies and cultures where they should learn good things. They are quick to emulate bad things. If they are doing something that is bad to humanity, to themselves, to the society, to their country, they are quick to look around in the world and see where else is that bad practice or bad behavior being practiced. But here is America that is celebrating Thanksgiving. We don't sit down to think about why Thanksgiving. What is Thanksgiving? What does it benefit fellow human beings? What does it benefit their society, their community? What does it benefit their country as a whole? Like I said, Thanksgiving to the American people has become a tradition. They celebrate it every single year. And they don't just celebrate it anytime. They have a set time for it. It is celebrated in November. So, meaning that after calculating, thinking about the previous months in a year, January, February, March, April, May, June, July, until November, they sit down and think of what they have achieved, what God has done for them. What are they thankful for? In that period also, apart from thanking God, according to their belief in the Bible, American people, some cultures will say, oh, in America, they don't go to church, they don't believe, they don't fast, they don't do all sort of traditional religious activities that other cultures do. And therefore, they don't love God, they don't know God, they don't worship, they don't serve God. Serving God is not about going to church to ask for what you need from God. That is not serving God. Serving God is to affect fellow human beings the way God wants you to affect them. It will impact other people the way that will promote their lifestyle, the way it will impact them with benefits of life. In some cultures where they claim to go and be sleeping in churches, in the mosque and in the shrine, you will see that when they go there, they don't even give thanks. They go there to request for what they don't have or what they want to have. It's not about God. It's about that what they want from God. And now we claim they are the second praying nation in the world. Well, praying for what? Is that godly or holiness? Even when an average person set up an NGO is supposed to be a program to help people, to support others. But in their own context, what they use NGO for is for monetary benefit, for gains. And they will select the people, the beneficiaries of the project. They will make sure that they select people who can give back to them after receiving the support. It's not general in some cultures. So I don't know why we cannot learn to emulate societies that are doing better things and practice it, we are quick to copy bad things, and we close our eyes on good things that they are doing. Many people will say in America they practice gay, they do LGBTQ, they do abortion. We don't see some of the good things that make their society better than other societies. And I'm giving you an example of one of the traditions of America that the whole world should learn and emulate. It blesses others. Whoever you are, in America, you won't even know if it's a Christian festival or celebration or not. It has become the country's tradition. It has become a tradition in America that they celebrate Thanksgiving. And when they celebrate it, what do? You see them giving thanks. And you see them distributing to the society, to the needy, to people in need. Not only this, there's one thing is very significant in the celebration of Thanksgiving in America. The Black Friday tradition, that is the day after Thanksgiving, they do Black Friday sales. That is, any store you go, you buy things ridiculously cheap or cheaper. This is an art of societal giving. They know that some people throughout the 11th month of the year, the past 11 months of the year, they have no money to buy certain things. So they deliberately make it unconsciously. It's only in Africa that we are looking for constitution that will back up good things that we need to do. I don't know if there is any constitution of America that compels the stores to lower prices ridiculously on the Black Friday. But once you go to any store at that time, the price that you buy things will be so ridiculous that even if you are not able to save money to buy it for the past 11 months, this one day of giving, they are giving out almost for free. That is a culture that other cultures of the world need to emulate. That is a tradition that other traditions of the world need to copy. So I read something about why Black Friday, how did it originate? And there are different versions to it, but the one that is most prominent is that in the 60s, after the Thanksgiving, people come from different places as tourists to celebrate Thanksgiving. And now, the American people, they say it happened in somewhere in Philadelphia or something. I don't know. I'm not really too sure about that. But they said that is where it actually, started from. And then they said that the police were so busy and occupied to control peace in the city because of the crowd. Because of the crowd that came to celebrate. It's not because they are committing crime, no. But because there are more people, visitors, who have come to celebrate with them. They now say, okay, we need to provide, to beef up our security for celebration. These are some of the things that we need to learn. Not only as countries or societies or communities, but as individuals. Learn to give thanks. Learn to give out to others. It is just a simple principle. Don't just be like a country where you are only taking loans. You are taking loans, and the people that you claim to be serving are suffering, just receiving loans, going all over the world. And when you visit anywhere in the world, what you are doing is seeking loan. Don't be a country where you are making non-profit organization a profit venture. Let it be, what can you give, also give. How can you also be a blessing unto others? How can other people receive from you what is beneficial to them? Jesus came to this world. He gave his life. Actually, God gave Jesus to humanity, that whosoever will receive him will have eternal life given. Jesus came to this world, spent only 33 years thereabout, and only ministered for 3 years plus. But he gave himself. He gave his life. He redeemed us with his precious blood. What are you giving? What are you giving? Are you just complaining? Are you just groaning? Do you only worry or bother? Or are you only concerned about what you have not received, what you don't have? It is really pathetic, very pathetic, that today on the social media, you see people confronting, antagonizing the art of giving tithes. Tithe, a commandment of God. A commandment of God. And it's just a principle. And people are attacking it like their life depends on that attack. Simply because they don't want to give. They lack the attitude of giving. And now, because that poverty mentality is ravaging their life, they want to discourage others from doing it. How many of you, when you give an herbalist a chicken for a sacrifice, and he asks you to bring oil from with it, and salt, and onion, and tomatoes, every ingredient that you need for a good soup or stew, when they ask you, how many of you have the gut to go back to that babalawo and ask him who ate the chicken? Now you are so confident that you are challenging the commandment of God. And now you say there is poverty in the land. Why would there not be poverty in the land? A society where you are taking God for granted. You are taking God for granted. He has commanded you, bring tithes to my house. That's okay. If you want to do it, do it. If you don't want to do it, leave it. You don't have to make that one a social media monetization project. That's what you are doing. You have given God what you think is the tithe of your income. Leave it. Let God deal with whoever does anything to it. Let God deal with them. You don't have to look back after you have given it to see what they did with the money. But when poverty has entered the reasoning faculty of people, they reason upside down. This is a season of reflection. It's a season of sitting down to think. What are you giving back? What are you giving back? In appreciation of what you have received, from whichever God you think you have received it, what are you also giving back to others? Somebody has given you life. God, you are breathing, you can move your hands, you are healthy, but what are you giving back? Even if not to God, what are you giving to others? These are some of the questions we need to ask ourselves. And until we begin to reflect on these things, we cannot find an answer to why our land has remained poor, even though we are wealthy in resources. Our orientation has to change to an orientation of other societies, other countries, where they impact others, where they affect others. In our own country, we don't love one another. And in some other countries, we run there, they accept us, they receive us, they don't owe us money, they don't treat us like slaves. Even though some of us complain that, oh, when you get there, the kind of work, you have certificate, you have that. Where you receive the certificate, do you have the opportunity? If you have the opportunity you are having in the countries where you think they are enslaving you, if you had the opportunity, the same opportunity, where you receive that certificate from, you will not travel to their country. That is the simple fact. I hope somebody will think about this. Again, I want to wish you happy Thanksgiving.